Do you know when the voice is gonna speak?
Sometimes.
Well, there's a bunch of things. The chance to work with Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga again is really cool to me. I love those guys. They're so much fun to work with. But from a creative standpoint, I think the opportunity to kind of continue telling the story that I started in the first movie was kind of exciting, and to kind of continue but expand on this world that we had created together. That was kind of exciting.
So
yeah. The Enfield Poltergeist is an incredible story on its own, even without the Warrens there. It is the most documented paranormal cases in paranormal history. I think so that is already fascinating on its own. Throw the Warrens into it, and the fact that they went over there to investigate this as well, it just felt like the natural, progression for them to go. When the Warrens investigated the Amityville story, that really put them on the map, that made them really infamous. And so the idea of taking them from one really famous case halfway around the world to another really famous case, I think that was a really interesting contrast between the two of them. Well, I think for me, it's important that whatever I design, whatever I come up with, it has to be something that speaks to me. It has to be something that I can relate to. And I try to set a lot of my scary movies in an environment that we can all relate to, So the more normal it feels, the scary it would feel, because, we all live in houses, right? We all live in houses, we all have family, and so the idea that our house could be infested with some, spectral being, or our loved one could be possessed, I think that's what helps to give it that extra layer of scariness, and so from that I then extract my sort of set pieces and what I would do, what I can come up with that would make it different to other horror movies that we've already seen. Yeah, I do really believe that, for the horror and the scares to work, you have to like the characters, and when you care about them, then whatever scary situation come along, it'll be even more frightening, because you don't want anything bad to happen to them. And I do think it's important that to craft a scary movie like this, it's not just about all the scares and all the frightening stuff. It's about creating human characters that you like, and finding the balance within that. Yeah. I think, it doesn't really matter what movie I pursue next. I always try to find something that excites me. That, first and foremost, it has to be something I'm passionate about, and it has to have characters and stories that I care about, and that I think is cool. Yeah. That I care about telling the story of, and that I care about sharing it with the world. So that's usually the most important thing for me. It doesn't really matter what genre it's in.
Tank scene is the prepare for the Aquaman.
It could be, yeah. Listen, I think the craft that I have honed making these kind of movies really prepare me for all kinds of genres.